Yeah, it's man, sharpest man, and you know what it's for. We're gonna sharpen your mind like a shank on the floor. Can you hear me, Matt Georgievich?
It's not coming through very well.
Oh shit. Well, we're gonna figure it out. But I'm got
Oh no, I can hear you now.
Matt Georgievich on the line at Man Sharpens Man. I up my fucking game, baby. I got call-ins now and shit. He's calling from the Sioux.
Oh,
What's up there in the Sioux?
I'm just fucking scrambling, getting ready for work. I figured I'd do this though. I haven't done comedy in like weeks.
No shit. Well, I'm glad to have you on the fucking show. It's been a while. I've been doing a shit ton of comedy. Me and Charlie been cross country, fucking tripping. We went to fucking Ohio.
Banging on all cylinders, hey?
Hell yeah, we went to Ohio. It was fucking retarded.
Fucking cool.
You want to hear some funny shit? Listen, we went to Ohio, and I'm only gonna say this because these guys were shitty to me and they were mean, so I can tease them a little bit. But the fattest dude I ever seen come walking in, he looked like the fucking. Have you seen the movie with the Blob as the superhero? You know what I'm talking about, or the whatever, the big fat motherfucker. I can't remember what he was in, but he was that fat, like he's fucking superhero fat, but like definitely not a superhero. His superpower is eating. And then the next motherfucker comes in with him. He's got like a sidekick, and the dude like has no arms. He has arms that come to his elbows, and then he's got like hands. That's it. That's all he's got. And it's like, oh, I felt so bad for him. But I didn't pity him, but I was like, oh, this poor guy, I bet he's going to be a cool comic, you know, I bet he's going to be nice. And then he wasn't nice at all. He was kind of shitty to me. The fat guy was kind of mean. They were nice to Charlie for some reason. Yeah, I think it was because I was old. They were like 20-something. Charlie's 20-something. They all millennialed up on me and like, fuck this.
Was that before or after you went on, though?
It was before. I did good after I went on, but...
Oh, shit.
They were just...
So, yeah, a couple of assholes then.
Yeah, it was funny. It was like I told Charlie, I was like, these two motherfuckers travel around together so they can wipe each other's asses. The fat guy can't reach his.
Shit.
He picks the little armless guy up like a baby and cleans him, and the armless guy can run behind him.
What you gotta do, right?
Yeah, and he's just got this short little reach. He can get in there, clean his little muffler out, clean the trumpet out. So what's been going on, Georgievich? You calling in from work? Would you take a break to do this?
No, I'm just getting ready to go to work. I gotta go to work at 4. I'm just gonna drive some pizzas around and hopefully get some tips for some nice people, but
oh my god,
probably gonna be some dicks.
Oh, they always are. I was a pizza delivery guy a million times. I just started a job at a bar. I'm bartending and waiting. It's the first time I've ever done some shit like that. I've always done dirty hand work. Until I started doing comedy and starting to like follow my little heart a little bit, I was always just doing jobs I secretly
just
hated.
Like,
you know, you like want to push your fucking boss off the roof and pretend like he fucking fell type jobs.
Yeah.
Construction is full of assholes. Like I got a lot of construction worker listeners probably, but y'all know you're assholes. Sitting around at lunchtime arguing about who can do shit quickest. That's all you do. At lunchtime when you're a construction worker, oh look, Charlie made it back. He's gonna bang around a little bit. Get in here, Charlie.
What's up?
There he is. We're talking about construction workers and how they like to brag about how great they are. They fucking do. Yeah. No, not how buff, but at like lunch they'll be like, I can nail down 1,000 shingles in an hour, and the other guy back, I can nail down 1,010.
I would never be able to exist in one of those places. I think I'd get my ass kicked.
It's too much hormones. It's too much hormones. And you would have the mic too far away from your mouth. Get that mic over by your mouth, Charlie.
Oh shit! I didn't realize we were
doing
the mic.
Get He thought we were just talking to each other for fun.
I thought it was the phone. I don't know, man. I thought it was the phone.
I can barely hear him.
Charlie had a traumatic experience, Matt Georgievich.
Yeah.
He was bombed out, a couple bombs in a row, half a bomb, and then
the first one was good. It was
bombs.
Left Foot Charlie's.
Yeah, that's rough when it's like strung together like that, eh?
But Rotten Cherries was rough, man.
Wow, really?
For me.
Yeah. I didn't really see any of it. I saw like Evan Bergel posted a little video.
He was funny, dude. He was hilarious.
He's getting way better. He's starting to come into his own, isn't he?
Yeah.
I knew he would. He started out pretty good. He had a little bit of a flow and a little bit of smoothness. I was like, yeah, he'll come into his own.
Yeah, it was hilarious tonight. Nick Hurst was hilarious last night.
I'm having a hard time with it. Was he riding a fake motorcycle stools around the thing or filling up bottles of water?
He has a new facial style.
Oh, does he?
Yeah, I don't even know how to describe it. Yeah, he's got a mustache and like half a beard with.
Oh yeah, he always looks like one of the goddamn Three Musketeers or something when he comes in there.
He's got that full, just sick, what you call it, hipster stash.
I don't know. He's taken to the next level. Like he's a Renaissance man. He could go be in one of them fairs and shit and throw rotten tomatoes at the motherfucking wench.
Like the little devil goatee and the little mustache happening, or what?
Oh, hell yeah. I didn't see him this time, but I've seen him a lot of times.
Yeah,
And
no, it was a long mustache and then the handlebar shit. Like
Okay, handlebars.
Or no, the handlebar mustache and then sideburns, like sideburns, pointed sideburns.
if you can look at Nick Hers and
So
not
funny.
go wee wee in your brain, you're a stronger man than me. Because like every time I look, I'm like,
Right.
wee wee, the mustache.
He was eating a salad.
He should start calling himself Nick the Mustache.
On stage, he was eating a
No,
salad.
he was eating a salad, saying he was trying to like purify himself from alcoholism.
Oh, fat chance.
That's awesome.
He was joking, but she was like,
At least he was giving. Oh shit. I got funniest person in Grand Rapids tomorrow, Matt Georgievich. Isn't that
What?
crazy? Yeah.
You guys are hooked
Yeah.
up on that?
We're
Yeah.
both.
Who's all up?
Don't know.
He's up tomorrow. I'm up in February.
I'm not sure who's on the lineup with
shit.
me, but I'm excited to play in the club because it's an actual comedy club. So this shit's going on a little.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you're
that's
gonna
gotta
love
be
it.
good.
That place is
It
amazing.
makes it so much better.
I only had to pay like $185 plus. No, I'm just playing. I'd have to be fucked up.
God damn, yeah,
There-
fuck that.
There's. I was just hearing a podcast a little while ago, fuck my world up, where I was like, God damn, there's other states where it's like the open mics are so crowded that they're charging the comics to do time.
Fuck
Or you're
that.
like,
Go somewhere
out-
else.
Or like outside doing flyers and stuff.
I mean, I would do it a
Working
little
and
bit if it was
shit.
in my area, but I mean, I would still be trying. Like, if it didn't crack pretty soon, I wouldn't be paying to do that shit too much.
Right.
I'd be like paying to suck someone's dick or something. I mean, I love doing comedy though, but I don't think I'd pay. I don't know. I'd get.
It's like an
That's
That's a
crazy
little
shit.
much.
it's like an extreme internship.
Yeah,
with
that
that
was-
shit.
It's like you're doing it, you know, you want to make some money. Shit, you don't want to do it for free, but
Yeah,
paying for it, I don't know.
yeah. I mean, I
That's
could
what-
do it for free for 4 or 5 years, but paying them much
Yeah.
to do it, I don't know. I'd start feeling like a real piece of shit after a while. I feel like. I mean, I would.
Yeah, it's like comedy classes. I don't think I'd take a comedy class. I don't know. Feels like a scam.
I think sometimes. I think
Yeah.
it would be hard to find the right one. I bet you there's both
I
avenues.
bet you there's some good
I know.
ones. Yeah.
Yeah, but
I
it'd be
know.
so hard to find the right one. You end up with an old fucking guy that was an extra on Magnum PI or something that fucking
I know.
lick,
Yeah.
lick Farrah Fawcett's butt or something.
I know I've told you guys about this many times about that Neil Hamburger shit, how he got started out, but I'll just tell the fans. Neil Hamburger, he's a comedian. He started out by a booker came up to him and said that he'd give him 700 shows for a year, and for each show Neil had to pay him $150. So he was 700 times 150 in the hole after that year.
Damn. Well, I mean, that's a different kind of situation than paying to be at an open mic. That sounds like they're going to be traveling around a little bit, though. or
That
something.
sounds like a
Yeah.
scam to me.
Yeah, I don't know. Open mic, that's a little much.
That is kind of a
Or-
scam.
Maybe a cover charge to get in the bar. I could
Or maybe
see
just
that,
a
but that's
joke.
got to be like what, $5?
When people still
I think
fall
it's
for
a-
those scams, it fucks me up. I cannot believe that shit. They're so fucking gullible. They're so gullible. Them goddamn different scams. They got all the scams. Acting.
Oh, like the
Every one of
email
them.
ones or what?
Email, all that.
like
but all the
seminars and
class ones.
shit.
There's a lot of classes too. There's a lot of fake ass classes out there. I mean, you just like the karate ones. You ever seen the motherfucker where they like pretend karate, chop each other, knock the piss out of each other?
Oh
Come
yeah,
to
they're
our
using energy.
Kung Tai Wee class, and we're gonna teach you how to focus your chakra chi and fucking kill a motherfucker with a beam of light or something like they fake. Like,
Yeah.
and they got people that
And
buy
teach you
into
how to
that
do
shit.
a fucking Hadouken.
You know what it's really about, man? I found it out. Like last night at work, I had like a little
Money.
revelation. I just, like I said, started as it is about that, but I started. It's for the humans coming in wasting their money. It's about the camaraderie. They just want a place to fucking hang out and like be liked and shit. You know, like when
Yeah.
you go to a dive ass mic and it's like 20 fucking losers that have just been doing the same thing the whole time. I've been to a couple of them now with Charlie while we're traveling. I'm not going to say specifics, but I'm just saying you could tell they're not fucking losers. I take that back, but you know what I'm saying. They're fucking
Wow.
there. Let's say yeah, 3/4 of them are fucking losers. And anyhow,
Oh,
they're
yeah.
trying to hang out and have some friends, man. You know, like what are you supposed to do? Where are you supposed to find friends? And that's what I seen at the bowling alley. Because at first I'm looking around the place and I'm like, you can almost smell it's depressed in this motherfucker. Like it's just
The whole
horrible.
building.
Yeah, no one in here
Smells
has any
depressed.
game whatsoever. They have bowling game, but that's it. And it's like there was some game, but I'm just a lot of just like staring off into nowhere and just eating just comfort food. Like and the amount of money they
Onion
were
rings.
dumping, it was fucking insane. I've never been in a place like that on that tip. Like I do comedy at bars, I don't sit up in them motherfuckers for very long. And last night was
Right.
I've been working there a couple days now. Last night was I was a waiter. Shit was an eye opener. Never
Damn.
seen.
Stop by and saw him.
Oh yeah, Charlie
He's
stopped
fucking
by, but
killing it.
he still looked like he was still pretty rattled
I was
from
back
his
from
mic.
Vietnam.
He just
That's
come
what
from
was
the
That
going
shit
ride
on
can
with
hurt,
me.
man. Fuck. You're just like off for a few days after.
Well, not a few days anymore, but it was weird. I kind of set myself up for it because I told LJ, I think, that we're at the point where bombing doesn't affect us that much, and
Yeah.
man, it affected me.
Yeah, that's like you start to
Well,
think you got a thick
I'm
enough
fine
skin.
now, but it was like it took about 3 hours for me, so I was up pretty late. The first 2 hours or the first hour was like getting ready to be like fucking crying.
I think
And then I cried for 20 minutes, and then I realized, I was just telling LJ that, and then I realized the only healthy way for me to think of this, and the only realistic way, is that this is like a long run. This is a marathon, not a sprint. And I'm doing I'm doing a lot of mics, so I can at least feel good about that. Like every once in a while, yeah, you're gonna bomb. You're not gonna do
Oh,
good
yeah.
every time.
yeah, it just sucks.
And I
Shit
also
happens.
thought back, like the first time I did Left Foot Charlie's was 7 years ago. And I've bombed so many times since then. And
Right.
It's
like,
funny you
just
do-
because of doing it a lot. Like it's just because it's just part of it. I
You
guess.
do think you think you're immune to the bomb. You're like, I've been doing this shit for a while, had some bombs that didn't affect me.
And
I'm
then-
immune to the bomb. I've built
then when I-
immunity, a bomb immunity, but
and
you
then
don't
when
have a
I
bomb immunity.
oh yeah, you don't.
You
Yeah, I
just
almost
think you
bombed
do.
myself on.
You'll still feel
Art
like
bomb.
shit. I bet you any comic would feel like shit after a bomb, even like a big
Oh
guy.
yeah.
Oh yeah, especially when you're doing really well. Like imagine somebody that.
All of a
well,
sudden, you're
not
fucking
that I was
somebody
doing
just
really well,
all of a
but I
sudden
was
a
doing way
pirate comes
better.
and just jumps and stabs his
And
knife in your sail and runs
Yeah.
down it, and you have no wind left in that bitch. Is what it feels like. Woo.
Yeah, that's
Oh,
what
yeah.
Chris Rock said. He followed fucking what's his name? Martin Lawrence one time, and he bombed fucking hard for like an hour.
That'd be terrible. But it's almost like, you know what I think it is? It's like when you're with a girl a long time. You're like, oh, I would never get hurt if she broke up with me. Are you thinking about titty bars and freedom and stuff? And then if she breaks up with you, you're like, oh, I wasn't immune. I wasn't immune.
Right.
My heart is broke. Comedy's the same way, where you're like, oh, I can deal with a bomb. I'll just go to the next mic. Fuck that one. But then you're like, oh, what'd I do? Those people hate me.
It's also
Right,
highly
right.
Motivating though. Once you get to if you can get your mind to a good spot.
Yeah, it's not the
afterwards,
worst thing.
you
It's
just
not the
got to
worst
get
thing.
over the initial feeling sometimes.
My
over.
big thing, this is my only advice. I'm not even old enough head to have advice when it comes to comedy, but I'm going to put some out there. This is it. When you bomb, to me, when I bomb, I had a bad habit, a little bit, not too bad, where I look at the audience and be like, oh, they just weren't like paying attention, or they weren't smart enough to get the joke. It's like, no,
It's
I
never.
didn't get their attention. I didn't impress them.
Yeah, we've said that before. It's
Yeah.
never the audience.
It's your job. Like, even if they don't know, even when it's
No
one of
matter
them
what.
fucking spider trap open mics
Yeah.
where motherfuckers are just sitting there with their kids eating dinner, and it's like, hey, we got 5 minutes, and your kids are going to start hearing F-bombs. Finish up your cheesy fries. The kitchen's closed. Even when it's that kind of mic, it's still like, it's your job.
Yeah, man, I almost bombed myself at fucking Art Bomb.
That
I
was.
thought I was doing shitty, so I started doing shitty. I was like, I gotta get the fuck out of here.
Yeah,
That's just the
snowballs
play.
when you start thinking you are. You're like, oh no, your mouth dries
Yeah.
up. It's like proposing to a girl or something.
It's
That's
just
not
because
much.
it's that place, though. That place feels like you're bombing when you're not.
Yeah, because that place is
Right.
so huge you can't hear the people laughing.
Yeah.
You
Oh,
gotta
yeah, I
look
was
for
not,
smiles.
I honestly
I was
thought
not
that was a
expecting
really
that.
good set.
Yeah, we had
Especially
a
for
pretty
that
good night though. I
place.
feel like you took the
That was
brunt.
fun.
You have to. There's got to be the front runner. You were the first comic up. You got to take a. You dropped the shoulder and opened the hole, and then the other
Yeah.
comics pretty much ran through.
Hell yeah, that's what I was thinking about the other day. You know, just like
It's the same way
you
with
gotta
a
pay your
bomb.
dues, man.
Every time I've seen a guy bomb, as much as you hate to like think about it, like it's helping the show a little bit because the guy behind you fucking kills.
Right.
So
Yeah. And
Just
I was
one of
also
them things.
thinking of it like, for mics, like I'm trying to rework things now. Like I'm not necessarily trying to kill, but it still sucks when you fucking just doesn't work.
no, just
Had a few
sometimes-
jokes
yeah.
that hit it really
My
hard,
words
but it
have
just
fallen upon
does
deaf
it-
ears.
it just doesn't work like it's been working. It's weird. It'll knock the winds out of your
So,
sails for a second.
What's going on with the dish?
Oh, next Thursday.
Next Thursday
Next
is
Thursday,
the dish
that's that
feed.
quick.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah.
We're gonna start
That's
getting
awesome.
a free meal from the dish for doing
Just
comedy there. I'm looking forward
contacted
to it.
Jenny
Oh,
Marion
shit,
Mannion.
free meal.
And she's
What?
making the poster. and-
Whoa, I love her for that. She's got the best art. She's got the fucking like that creative bug. She just keeps drawing and drawing and drawing and drawing. I
Who
brought
was
home.
that?
I got some napkins as a tip from a bunch of high schoolers yesterday, but one of them was pretty artistic. I'll show them to you. Charlie drew me a bunch of napkins.
Was it that dude?
I don't know which one it was. It was one of those motherfuckers. I stopped. It was funny. You guys should have seen it. I was like trying to have... I'm not trying. I was having fun. Saying trying is bullshit. I was having fun at work. And I was like hanging out and shit. And there's like these, you know, bunch of 21 to 22-year-old dudes, Charlie's buds, and a little crew of them. And they're hanging out, and I'm walking past them. And on the fucking little mix of music they got playing, super loud, you can hear dun 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 dun. You know what song I'm doing, don't you? The Big Butt song. I'm doing the Big Butt song. And they were all like starting to kind of bump a little bit and move around. So I started to like bump and move around, and they seen that, you know, their old ass waiter dude kind of had a little fucking flair, and they're like, they looked at me, and I'm like, hey, you motherfuckers don't think I could rap this song, do you? And they're like, I didn't say it like that, you know, I was respectful. I said, you guys don't think I could rap this song or whatever? And they're like, no, you. They didn't say that. They said, no, you probably could. And the one guy said, well, hit it. And I just like took off. I just like rapped an impromptu, like 3/4 of a verse, kind of half fucked it up and made some shit up, but it was still good. Just hit him with the, my anaconda don't want none unless you got buns, son. You can do side bends or sit-ups, but please don't lose that butt. Call 1-800-LITTLE-JOHN and kick those nasty thoughts. Baby got back. I did a little more. I don't know, it was a little for you, Matt, just so you could have the fun they had.
Thank you.
And I was
Yeah, I
taken
know
by the
those
moment.
guys. I don't think I fit in with those guys, but I know those guys.
I don't know if anybody fits in with those guys.
Yeah, you're
I
like,
was
those
fucking
are
with
your
them all
buds.
night
And I'm
'cause the
like,
one
no,
kid-
I just know those guys.
The one that Charlie knew that I knew used to work at a head shop that sold like dildos too, which is like a weird combination. It's like, here you can suck a bong and a fake dick or something. I don't
He
know
works
why.
at 2 of them.
Yeah, but it was a weird combo to me, dicks and bongs.
What the fuck?
Yeah, but I seen him and I told everyone, I was like, this is my bong guy. He's like, he's everyone else's dick guy, but he is my bong guy.
I think I
Hopefully
said,
not
here's the
the-
dildo guy.
This guy has touched more queer hands than Elton John. You know, Elton John's kissed a few wrists. Oy. I just was listening to some Elton John today. I guess that's why he's on my mind. That fucker had me crying.
That's good shit.
That
That's
you
good
could
shit.
tell everybody. Hey, look, it's our musical episode. We got the drummer on. We're all singing now. But that, I hope you don't mind that I put down in words. I was listening to a podcast and they played that song about how wonderful life is with you in the world or whatever. From, you know what song I'm talking about, don't you?
Probably, if I heard it.
Elton
Wonderful
John?
life is, yeah. When you're
No, I'm not
in
super
the
familiar.
world.
Right.
Oh, it's a super good song. Anyhow, it's a song about how wonderful life is when someone else is in the world. It's almost sappy sweet, but it's a great song. And I'm listening
Yeah,
to it, and
John's pretty good.
I'm feeling half emotional about how he's, talking about how he's emotional. It's getting me a little emotional, but I'm holding it in. I'm a tough motherfucker. And then the song's over, and I'm thinking, I should say that to my cat once a day. Like, I love my cat. That guy. I love my cat. I really do. My pink. I love all my cats. I thought that, and as soon as I thought it, the guy who podcast the thing was on. It was on the Church of What's Happening Now. As soon as I thought about my cat, the motherfucker said, "If you said that to your cat once a day, you'd live till you was 95." I was like, "Oh goddamn!" And I broke down and started crying. It was terrible. It was like the meanest thing anyone grows is fucking swearing. It made me cry. I was like, "Oh man, he just made me cry with swear words."
Fucking Joey D.
What an elegant fat bastard.
That, What a Wonderful, Wonderful World by Louis Armstrong. That's a good song. That almost makes me cry sometimes.
Yeah, that one does. See, he's
It's
got too much
beautiful.
soul while he sings that.
Yeah.
Like you can see him like not getting breakfast
Oh,
20
and
years
he-
ago.
Oh, and he smoked blunts on blunts, apparently.
shit.
Yeah, like all
Hey,
day.
I might have to go in a minute here. I gotta get ready for
Like
work.
every 20 minutes.
All right, Matt
apparently.
Georgievich, tell the people something interesting. Tell them something from your heart. Give
Give
them some advice in life. You got some
advice
kids.
for
You're a dad.
life?
Give us some advice, man. How do we be happy?
Yeah,
How
I'm
we
a
connect
dad,
with
so
our
I don't
inner
have any
child.
advice. Just hang on and don't let go, because shit's not gonna wait for you.
Hell no, it's not.
Yeah.
Get out there and do something.
Absolutely.
Wash your balls and present them to society and let them see what they think of them. If they don't believe
I
you're
probably
crazy,
should
show
wash
them
my
you're nuts,
balls. I don't
Matt.
know if I did. Yeah. Nobody wants to see that. It's like I could jump off a building and fucking survive by grabbing my nutskin and pulling it taut. So
Matt Georgievich, the fucking glider squirrel of comedy, coming to a
Yeah.
stadium soon. He's gonna glide in on
It
his
looks
nut
skinny,
skin
but
and
it's
do a
real
fat.
flappy underneath.
I'm gonna have you open for me when I get famous, Matt Georgievich. I'm gonna have you glide in on your nut skin, do a tight 8 to open for me.
do like a Howard Stern fucking
While you're
fart
doing
man
your
or whatever his name is.
Yeah, while you're doing it, I'll have Charlie pack your chute for you, tuck it all back in, just so you can grab the mic and start going. He'll be your chute
He's
packer.
the flying squirrel.
Yep, and I'll get him a little shirt that says chute packer, so when you glide in
Chute
on the nuts,
packer.
he can pack the
God
chute while
damn.
you're up there. All right, well, Matt, thanks for calling in. I got 10 people
Hell
buzzing
yeah,
in
see
too.
you guys
So.
later.
All right, later, Matt.
See-
Well, that was good shit, man. Charlie, I upped my technology level. We had a guest call in, man. What the fuck? People
Oh,
aren't going to know what to
yeah.
do when they hear this. This will be the one I get done and try to listen to it and be like, no, none of it recorded. No, it's a good show. It's a good show. This is the show I told Charlie a little while ago. I'm glad this show's going good as the Light Spirit because it's the new show. We got a new thing going. I'm going to tell you guys what it is.
And
It's the Man Sharpens Man movement.
Oh yeah.
This is still the Man Sharpens Man show, but I'm just saying there's also a Man Sharpens Man movement sweeping the country. Every time I stop at a gas station and get a fucking churro or a fucking hot dog or something in the middle of the night when I'm coming back from a comedy venue, I'm self-indulgent and I drop the lug on the weird I don't want you to rob me fucking gas station clerk. Hey, check out the MSM. And I
Just
bet you a bunch
making
of them are
somebody-
listening.
And just making somebody smile. That's even a part of the movement.
It
Or
is.
laugh.
That's what I do. I stop out. I do free ball comedy. Like
Yeah.
I hit them in the drive-thru. You know what I told them in the drive-thru today? I'm gonna tell you guys what I told. This is real. I went for a fucking frappe this morning. I was at the drive-thru window, and I looked over my cup holder, and there was a damn half a Slurpee. I thought I don't want this half a Slurpee, so I threw the half a Slurpee and dumped it out the window, and it made a real loud splash. And like I thought for a moment, I was like, I bet you that girl heard the splash. And I said, you guys hear that a lot, don't you? And she went, yeah, and we don't like it, you know, because someone's got to clean the parking lot and shit. And I'm like, oh, now I feel like an a-hole. So I even more wanted, I was going to brighten her day anyhow by trying to make a joke, but now I got a line. And I'm like, oh, shit. I said, well, I just wanted to let you know that a homeless man just ran up here, urinated next to the speaker, and ran off. I was like, that's the sound I thought you heard. I don't know if you hear that. You do hear that all the time. And she started busting up when I told her it wasn't actually my Slurpee dumping on her sidewalk, but it was actually homeless Joe up there. Couldn't wait, and he was pissing on the speaker. She laughed pretty good.
Us.
And then
Yeah.
she teased me when I got up to the mic, and she was laughing. And, you know, they have fun. When you're at work and stuff, I know that myself. Like last night at work, them guys encouraged me to sing Big Butts. I sang it. I had a brighter day. So in
Yeah.
a way, they didn't even know it. They're in the Man Sharpens Man movement now. Like,
Yeah.
we
they're part
busted
of it.
jokes together. They didn't know I was going to do it. That waiter don't usually cut loose like that.
Yeah. They're probably really good
They were
bowlers.
good kids. Yeah, they were good kids.
And
It's
yeah.
funny I call them kids now. They're like, I
They're
remember
older
when
than
I was
me.
20-something and people called me kid, and I was like, what the fuck does that mean?
Yeah, they're older than me.
I'm old
by
enough
like
to buy
3
condoms
or
without
4 years, I
blushing,
think.
bitch. You know, I used to shoplift condoms when before I went to prison.
Yeah, you told me that.
Yeah, I was terrified to buy a condom. I thought they would tease me or like be like, these are too big for you. I didn't know what they were
Hmm.
gonna say to me. I just thought it was gonna suck. Oh, here, I gotta say it while I'm thinking of the Man Sharpens Man joke of the week. Look, I'm practicing my singing so it won't be so weak. Here's the joke of the week before people
Yeah.
turn this bitch off. Joke of the week. Here it is because I thought of it. It's a Polak joke. Polak joke. I could have told any species, but I'm gonna tell it as a Polak joke because it's how I heard it. Which is a racist thing. Polacks, I think, are a race. I don't know what they are. Maybe they're just people with ski in their name. Maybe it's not racist and it's namist. I don't know. I don't know what necessitates a Polak because there's Polacks in America. They weren't born in Poland, right?
Maybe
Doesn't make any
their
sense.
parents were.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't think it's a thing, but whatever. Here's a Polak joke, and I don't care. People, Polacks, if you're mad, just put your shit in a Polak and go get over it.
Yeah. Seriously.
Yeah, arm lock, head lock, Polak. Like they can't see that I got my hand down on my dick. Anyhow, here's the joke of the week. Polak goes into the store. He's about to have sex for the very first time, but he knows he wants to have safe sex, Charlie, right? You know, you want to have unsafe. So he goes in, and he says, hey, he's like digging around his pockets before he goes in, and he finds, oh, man, I only got $1. He's like, that should be enough. Condom shouldn't be that expensive. So he goes up to the clerk, and he says, hey, man, I need only 1 condom. He's like, but I only have a little bit of money. He's like, can you sell me your cheapest condom? And the clerk kind of digs around in the back, and he finds a little off-brand thing, and he says, hey, I got one that's $1. The guy's like, oh, that'll work perfect. Thanks, bring it on over. So the guy brings it over and rings it up. He's like, all right, that's $1.06. And the Polak looks at him. He says, $1.06? You just told me it was $1. The guy goes, well, that's it. That's with tax. And the Polak says, I was wondering how you keep them on. The tax is how you keep the condom on. Or else they would slide off, Charlie. You got to use condom tax.
That would hurt.
That would hurt. Every box of condom comes with 3 tax. I had to explain the joke a little. Charlie's like, what the hell, tax? He's too good at using condoms. He's never even doesn't. He was confused because he didn't know what the fuck a condom was. He's like, condoms? I'm a millennial. We don't even know it. We have 7 different. We're HTP. That shit is like in our diet, or whatever that crap is. The cancer sex thing or whatever it is. Let's not get too dark and talk about sex cancer or whatever. HPV. That's what it is. Human pathogen virus or something. If girls get that HPV, it like causes like cervix cancer and shit like that. Guys can run around dirty dicking them.
Bad.
Yeah, it is. Like, and what's even worse about it, it's the most sexist disease there is. It's a sexist fuck you HPV with your sexist ass. The Me Too movement needs to come out against HPV too, because like HPV and you ain't gonna do nothing. You can run around with your dirty HPV penis for your whole life; it won't do nothing. For what I understand, for the most part. But if a girl gets it, which you would give it to her because you were dirty or whatever. Not you, but whatever. You know what I'm saying? Then they can get cervix cancer. Isn't that terrible?
Man.
Yeah.
That's a big difference in
Yeah.
nothing or fucking cancer.
Exactly. So you can give a girl cancer with your wiener too, but you can't like it. I almost think that you can get throat cancer maybe from it. I don't know if you're eating the puss. And that's if you're a selfish lover, you're just giving cancer and not getting it. I guess I don't know. I don't know how it really works, but I know it's a terrible disease. Don't get HPV. We're doing public service announcements and singing and shit, Charlie. This is a special episode.
Yeah, that's a good public service announcement. Don't get HPV.
Don't get HPV, dog. Hey, look out for that HPV. HIV, HPV, stuff that starts with H and ends with V is horrible. Unless it's the HOV. Then listen to Hova all day. Or driving the
Jay-Z?
Yeah.
Oh,
Good old Jay-Z.
I like that New York State of Mind.
That was a good song,
So whatever that Empire State of Mind.
New York. I know what song it is. It's almost corny to like it.
It is corny.
You know what song I guiltily liked for a long time, and if it came on right now, I'd still have to just like it? That Britney Spears Toxic song.
Oh, I like some Britney Spears songs.
That Toxic
but I'm not
one?
sure if I'm
You're
aware.
toxic. And she's like in the airplane and walking.
Some
and
catchy stuff, man.
Oh, it
Britney
is.
Spears stuff.
Britney Spears.
Also, that one, there's this one song, one of my favorites, Guilty Pleasure. It's that song, I don't even know who it's by, where it's, take me to New York, I'd like to see L.A.
Yeah, that one's not
Oh
bad.
my
It's not bad. It's
God.
not bad. It's
I
fun
feel
to
so
listen to.
like,
It's
I
fun to
don't know.
listen to.
That's
It's
what
uplifting.
Yeah.
It's funny. You know what used to make me laugh when Britney Spears came out? Like when I first heard her name, this is for real. Like there's some things that happened the very first time I heard about people or seen stuff. That's almost unbelievable because it's not like I'm ignorant, but I just jumped to the wrong conclusion real quick sometimes. And I thought that Britney Spears was a porn star. For a little while. Like I never, like when I first heard her
Too
name,
far
I just
off.
thought,
Yeah,
oh,
the name sounds like it.
I see her picture. She's a porn star, Britney Spears. Spears, like jabbing. So it sounds like a good porn name. So I just
Miley
assumed.
Cyrus does sound like a porn name too. If
It
you
does.
didn't know.
I think they're doing that shit on purpose. Maybe I'll
That's
change my
weird.
name to fucking John Holmes, or people come to see my shows. They'll be like, "Oh, look, John Holmes is on the bill. He's really gonna be killing someone with his dick tonight. And knock a cat out of the air and break its fucking neck." Yep, John Holmes. That's what I'm gonna do. No, but
That's
did.
good.
A lot of time, my first impression of shit used to be fucked up, Charlie, when I was your age, which I want to get back to that. Don't let me forget about your age. I'm going to tell you something in a second I thought about the other day. It's not funny, but it's tremendous. I have to tell you about it because it's just a big thing. Anyhow, the fucking, what was I just talking about? You got me all stoned before this thing.
I think jump into assumptions out of
jump
ignorance,
into
which I do
assumptions.
too.
I do
'cause
too.
I'm young.
Yeah.
Not even because I'm young. I just do that.
People would
People
think
do
that I'm
that.
making this up because it's such a cliche thing to almost tease these people about. But when Hanson, the musical group Hanson, are you familiar with Hanson?
No.
The 3 little boys
No.
that are now 3 big boys? See, that's how young you are. You don't even know who Hanson is. They were a terrible early 2000s boy band that was like 3 brothers. And they were in like the 13, 14, 15-year-old range. And they were all blonde-headed and they had long blonde hair. And when I first would see their music
It's like
video
One
on-
Direction, but
Yeah,
young.
but it was just 3 boys, and their song was bop oop-a-dop bop ooh wop a-dee-dee-da da, and they just like did a little skitty wop, like what do they call that, scat type thing? Yay yay! So they didn't really even say any words, and they had these high pitched voices, and I was horny enough to break a beer bottle over my dick. So seriously, for like a week and a half, like I even had an argument with a bunkie about it. I was like, those are women. I don't give a shit what you tell me.
Yeah, the
those are
sound of
women.
it.
But now, like, the joke is they always look like women. But it was like, I'm sure I wasn't alone in America where I was like, I could almost pull one off if I was alone to these 3 young. I mean, I was the right age, too. Let me say I was 17. I wasn't some, like, 30-year-old, yeah, look at these young girls. I was in the I was in their bracket. They look like girls to me. It was the beginning of the metrosexual movement, Charlie, and I was in prison for it. So I was in state blues and shit, but I could see it leading up that way before I went in too.
Oh, it's definitely apparent now.
Oh, it's super apparent. I go to them shows and all those motherfuckers in vests and pointy shoes. Not against you guys. I know the women put stress on you to dress like that, but I just can't pull it off, man. I look like an asshole. I put on them pointy, shiny ass shoes and a vest and a bolo. I feel like some kind of fucking, like I'm gonna sell a person a cattle or something. I don't like that shit. But I go to the bars and I see people like that, like they're Texas oil tycoons or some shit.
Or like long. There's different versions of it too, though. Like just androgynous dressing too. There's that.
Yeah,
Dudes
intentional.
wearing like long shirts that are like dresses and stuff.
Yeah. Oh yeah,
It's weird.
I seen probably a 13-year-old boy at the bowling alley with one of those. I don't know what they're called, but it's like a band for your hair. It's shaped like a hoop, and it's plastic, and you like wear it in your hair to hold your hair back. He was wearing one of them with no shame. When I was that age, there's no way I was gonna pull the hair out of my eyes with one of them little girls.
I don't think I've ever seen that before.
You know what one of them things I'm talking about is? Yeah. And usually only like young girls wear them. Like once girls hit a certain age, they don't even wear that shit no more. But he had one in his hair, like he was rocking it.
Yeah, it's
Pretty
different.
weird.
I don't know really what to think of it. I mean,
is
it's
weird.
not bad.
You know,
it's
I
just
thought
kinda
about
different.
some shit the other day. Here's what I want to tell you, Charlie, before you forget. I was thinking back on it. How old were you in 2004?
1998.
That is fucking crazy. You were 8 years old when I got out of prison. That's
Yeah.
fucking crazy, man. No. How old were you in 1994?
I was not even conceived yet.
When were you born? What year?
1996.
Holy shit. I went to prison 2 years before you were even born.
Damn.
You were 8 when I got out. You were like, and now you're old enough to drink beers. So I've been
Yeah.
out for a while is the good news. But when I think about the fact you were only 8 when I walked out, it makes it feel like a century ago. But in a way, it just feels like yesterday. It's weird how, like, the fucking time, it just flies by, man. Especially prison accelerates it because you get in such a fucking routine of doing that day-to-day shit. You know, I never used to change my calendar in there. My dad would send me Snap-on calendars, which have, like, girls in them and shit. He would get them from the Snap-on guy. I would just flip through and find, like, the hottest chick and leave it on her for a while. And then I'd, like, maybe 6-8 months later, find the next chick. So I'd get a calendar, like, on January, and January's girl is never hot, so I'd always flip to, like, summer, put it on, like, May. She'd have a nice bikini. The January girl would always have, like, a fucking parka or something. It's like, I don't look at this shit. So I just find the hottest girl on the calendar and I didn't care what month it was. I never knew what day it was, essentially. I didn't even keep track of how old I was. I literally told the doctor once I was, like, 19 when I was 24 or something. He's like, how old are you? I was like, you're going to have to do the math. I was born in 77. I don't give a fuck.
Isn't that weird, losing track of your age?
Well, it was, but it was also that I didn't give a fuck. Like,
I think some people do.
I wouldn't even be that rude to a doctor right now, but back then, it's like, I'm not going to sit here and do math in my head to figure out how old I am, bitch. That's how bad my attitude was, Charlie. Like, that's the thing I try to get across to you once in a while. Like, I love myself now more than ever because of the attitude change that I was able to, like, put on myself before I got out of prison. Because for years in there, I was a terrible asshole. Like, not in a horrible way, because I had a large group of friends, and I was pretty cool to a lot of people. But, like, to the staff, to the guards, to the system in general, I just had a general disrespect for any type of law and order. Just, I wanted general mayhem to ensue. I didn't want to be caught, so I was more of an instigator than I was anything, where if I didn't, I just set situations up, I might, just like I didn't.
Yeah, I like to do that too, but you gotta get over it.
Oh hell, especially in prison when you do. Look, I started a fight with this is some funny shit in a way.
I wasn't on that level though. It was like once every 6 months.
I'd give someone a lock and tell them someone was plotting on them or something.
I'd only do it when I'd find like an opportunity to do it.
Yeah,
and I'd be
just
like,
on
fuck
the slide.
yeah,
Just kind of watch the dominoes fall and enjoy it. But I was doing it too much. I started a fight in the day room one time by geeking this guy up and telling him the other guy had punked him out a little bit. So the two guys started fighting, and then all of a sudden this fucking guard that was standing near us was scared, and he wanted to run away from the fight, and the TV was held up by a couple pieces of angle iron. So the guard turned around and started to run and brained himself on the angle iron and fell out. Then the other guards came over and, like, tackled the two guys because they thought they had punched the guard, and it was just crazy. I don't even know how it turned out for anybody. That's the kind of shit. Like, that's terrible shit. Why'd I instigate that? That's a terrible instigation.
I've never instigated a real fight, but I did instigate a fake.
You yawning about? Look, we got a guest audience member here.
She's yawning already.
She's already tired of it. We're gonna keep this one short though, because I do want to get my shit ready for tomorrow. So we're probably gonna get off here, Charlie. You gotta get ready for Dr. Grins tomorrow. That shit's gonna be fun.
Yeah.
Me and comedy. and Comedy Road Dog Charlie are going on the road tomorrow. Dr. Grins. If you're in Grand Rapids, I'm trying to get this bitch out tonight. But if you're in Grand Rapids tomorrow, Wednesday, get Dr. Grins. Fucking super excited. Comedy Club. I'm
Yeah.
about to be in that bitch doing a thing.
It's so fun there. You're gonna have so much fun.
It's for a competition, which kind of makes me feel like an asshole. But you got to do what you got to do, man. I
Yeah.
like it. You know, I hate competing. I don't have much competitive nature in me.
I'll
but I
be
do
down there supporting you
have a
until
jester's
I'm on.
nature, and I do want to go make those motherfuckers laugh.
Yeah.
And I've already been
Think you'll
pre-warned
do
that
well.
the audience kind of comes loaded, where 3 local guys bring 20 of their friends, and they're like, "Don't laugh at anybody's shit. Wait till I go up."
But it also comes loaded where it's filled up, I think.
That's nice.
Like consistently filled up. That's what I.
fucking rock
yeah.
this bitch tomorrow, Charlie. All right, people, this is Man Sharpens Man, episode number who knows what, but we'll fucking figure it out and put it in the comments. You guys should write into us. Tell us some shit. Tell
Yeah,
us if we're
fan
doing
mail.
what you like.
Yeah.
We need some fan mail. And if you guys don't write us some, I'm going to make some up. You better
Yeah.
fucking write, or I'm going to make you guys look like assholes. All right, peace, pot, and microdot.